Last time on Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
Professor! It wasn't me!
Huh? What the? So you know how we keep riffing on Maya getting framed for murder again?
No, not again!
Also, I've lost my arm! I don't like that.
Oh no!
Crap!
And that was my favorite pointing finger.
Say, have you seen Luke today?
I haven't seen him since last night. He was crying all night.
I imagine he just comes up there and is just like, pat.
Yeah.
There, little boy assistant. It's not that bad.
Not even his name.
He probably needs some time alone with his grief. We should leave him be. Leave the small 10-year-old boy on his own to process a traumatic life event and not offer any kind of helpful adult advice, because that would be reasonable.
I thought it was an Americanism, and you were saying a mirror, like Emeer.
Emeer.
It's like when did that mirror get here?
Emeer.
When did Emeer get here? And it was just,
Yeah, I look in the mirror every morning so I can see this finely crafted body that God gave me. And then I put my hand over my heart and I say the Pledge of Allegiance, and I salute to Jesus Christ, the greatest American who ever lived.
I spent the night searching through Master's notes on alchemy. I hope there might be some mention of a method by which something turned to gold may be reverted back to its original form.
The trial of my foe shall now begin as scheduled.
this heinous crime occurred in the residence of the late Newton Belduke, the alchemist. The only ones present at the moment of the crime were the accused and the victim. No one else. The accused took Sir Layton's life with the most cruel of magic. A living man 1 second, a golden statue the next. It's a toxic relationship, but damn it, it's our relationship.
I mean, it's like Pete and I's relationship, really.
There it is. There it is.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disillusion Plays Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, where we play the games and do the voices.
Yeah.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Pete.
And I'm once again cold, Sarah.
Oh no!
Is it once again, or is it just called Sarah? I forget which one's gonna come first. Honestly.
Well, this'll be second because it's.
I forget.
Well, we've done Ace Attorney first.
But
so.
it used to be that
Great Ace Attorney.
It used to be that we recorded them in one order, and then they'd go up in the reverse order. They'd be.
Then these are in the right order now.
Oh, okay then. So Sarah is indeed correct then.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Well, and one like is one prayer for Sarah's recovery. So if you like what we do, why don't you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to receive notifications about when we post future content. And if you'd really like to help us out, why don't you just watch one more episode? Find one maybe that you want to rewatch, or something you haven't seen before. I like to rewatch the one where I make a joke about. Never mind.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! I warned you!
For just a moment there, I thought you were going to go, yes, I like to rewatch the one where I make a joke. Which is just like any of them. It's like completely generic.
I know which one he was doing. No, Taylor, if you want me to perish, then please, please proceed. If not, then don't.
I don't want you to perish.
Okay, thank you.
So let's
neither.
hop right in.
Yes. Okay then, so I guess
What would we do?
we remember something about like Luke raising a point when speaking to Miss Primstone, right?
Yeah, we went through all of Miss Primstone's dialogue, and then we were going to circle back around to Luke.
Well, so I guess for the sake of people who potentially haven't watched the previous episode, we'll obviously we're going to press this, but let's read it again and then just sort of go.
Okay. Oh God.
So,
it's fine. Carry on.
if I press the correct button and everything.
Hold it! Are you saying you think they quarreled?
The other day, I saw you all together in this very court, and you were evidently friends.
Well, yeah, that's true, but what's that got to do with...
Now, everyone, listen carefully. No chatting in the back row. What I say will be in the next exam. Miss Princeton's lesson number 5. Friendship leads to nothing but trouble.
Ah.
Yes, okay, well.
It's a good job I don't have any then.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks.
Gee,
I'm only
gee, thanks, pal.
It was just a joke, guys. Sorry.
People would not break up and part their ways in anger if they did not become friends in the first place.
Ooch.
The kids in her class must grow up to be model citizens.
Oh, dearie me. What I saw in that room curdled the blood in my veins.
Oh dear.
Mr. Sillicat was pointing that glittering knife ever so threateningly.
Oh, looks like Luke's got something to say about that,
He
Miss
has
Brimstone.
indeed.
Hang on! Is everything okay, Luke?
Well, I don't want to talk to you, but
Actually,
no.
no, I'm dying a little bit
Oh,
inside. No, of course it's not okay. The professor was a true gentleman.
That's my boy. Yes, you can.
And no gentleman would go around threatening people with knives.
I couldn't agree more.
You
Ooh.
silly boy. Oh, Kendall. I saw your professor pointing a knife. Are you insinuating that I am a liar, you cheeky little whippersnapper?
Is she just full on old bag?
Yeah, yeah.
Just Wendy old bag.
At least Luke's found someone else to antagonize.
Uh-oh.
Okay. A victim of magic, sparkly and done for. I heard the staff fall on the floor.
Hold it!
Do you mind? I was mid-verse.
Would you mind describing what you saw without singing about it?
As you wish, my musically impaired friend.
Oh, no.
Simply put, when I entered the room, the victim was worth his weight in gold. For obvious reasons. He tipped over and fell heavily onto the floor. The room became drearily silent. And then I heard that scepter tumbling across the floor.
Oh,
So who
is
is
that Brimstone?
That did
Oh.
seem like Primstone, yes. We'll circle back round.
Couldn't he have just said it like that the first time around?
No. Clearly, the witch must have dropped the scepter then.
Objection! That's merely your assumption. Now, Mr. Birdley, did you actually see Maya drop a scepter, or did you just hear something tumbling on the floor?
I must confess, my eyes were rather more drawn towards the brilliantly glistening gold statue. I did not witness the witch dropping the scepter, no. But I did hear it, and my sense of hearing is peerless.
Oh, no.
I see. Now, we would like to hear the next witness's testimony.
The next witness is a bit problematic.
I heard that.
Oh boy.
He is a boy, yes, he is a little boy. Right, so let's get Primstone.
Hold it!
So jump.
Oh no, you're just avoiding the obvious, Mr. Wright.
You just don't want to talk to me.
Dearie me.
Dearie, dearie me.
Oh, did it me?
Hang on! May I ask you something, Miss Primstone?
If you must. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. My dear, do not frighten me so. Oh, I feel like a schoolgirl caught napping during class.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Primstone, did you see the witch's scepter at the crime scene?
Well, about that, I must confess I do not clearly recall.
You don't remember?
That's what I just said. When I went into the room, the golden man fell down and made quite the ruckus. That is why I did not notice a scepter being dropped.
So you didn't see it after all?
But I am certain that witch girl had it. She must have been hiding it behind her back.
Oh! Objection! Please don't assume Maya is a witch just because she's been accused. Ms. Primstone is certainly quick to make assumptions.
I see. Now, we would like to hear the next witness's testimony.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, finally, you're here, are you?
Okay. The professor must have seen through Miss Maya's deception and confronted her there, face to face.
Hold it! Luke, open your eyes! Maya isn't a witch!
Ever since we came to this town, lots of unbelievable things have happened. And that's why, from now on, I'll only believe what I see with my own eyes. Luke, when I went into that room, the only people I saw were the Professor and Maya. The Professor had been turned into gold, and Maya dropped that scepter.
That's not true!
What?
Maya?
I didn't have any scepter! And we weren't the only ones in that...
Silence! The accused has no right to speak. Be silent, or you will face punishment. We can end this trial immediately, should you decide to feel talkative again.
I'm sorry.
Well, Luke, is that really the truth?
Huh?
Did you really see the scepter?
I don't know. When the Professor turned to gold and collapsed right in front of me, everything seemed to fade to black. And then I could have swore I at least heard Maya drop the scepter.
At least heard Maya drop the scepter.
Irrefutable proof, obviously. The scepter was found at the scene of the crime. That is the unavoidable truth. Only the accused could have dropped it.
This isn't looking good.
I feel so sorry for Luke.
He's so full of anger and despair that he can't think clearly.
He said he can't forgive the witch. I understand how he feels.
Anyway, I need to find a way to calm Luke down first of all.
Chuck a bucket of water on him.
Okay, so... Are we focusing on Luke? Like, what have we got? We've got the... There's the scepter. Yeah, and we don't know what the purple gem was, do we? We've got gold ore. Yeah, the Emeer, Ignace. I don't think we have anything else.
What's the description say?
The description, sorry. For which?
They're for gold ore.
Transmutes the caster's target into solid gold. The
closest target within range.
The closest target within range.
I don't suppose, and maybe this is stupid, but the floor plan, Luke says face to face, the floor plan shows them not facing the same way, right?
Oh, actually.
Yeah, we've got that, haven't
You know
we?
what? That's a really good point, and it's quite obvious. So let's give it a go, shall we? Ready?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Objection!
Well done,
Boom!
Taylor.
Well done.
Luke, you said that you will only believe what you see with your own eyes. But what you think you saw may not be the whole truth.
So help you God.
Huh? What do you mean?
take a close look at the sketch of the crime scene.
This extremely low-resolution sketch.
It was a DS game, be fair.
Oh no, I just think it's funny because obviously we've up-resed the graphics, but then all the textures are still low, so it just looked really like aliased. It was weird.
At the time of the incident, Professor Layton and Maya were standing here.
Little cheapies.
Now, we have learned from Ms. Primstone's testimony which way the professor was facing.
Oh, yeah.
He was facing this way.
Oh.
You have testified that the professor confronted Maya face to face. But looking at the sketch of where they were standing, one thing is clear. There is a contradiction in your testimony.
What?
Objection! Whether they were facing each other or not is of no relevance whatsoever. They were the only ones in that room. One was a victim, thus the other must be the witch.
Objection! I will ask you to wait before jumping to inclusions. Inclusions?
Inclusions, Conquisitor.
I will ask you to wait before jumping to conclusions, Inquisitor.
Oh dear.
Inclusions, that's amazing.
Inclusions.
Inclusions.
Disinclusion to plays. Think back to Ms. Primstone's testimony.
Not again.
She told us that the professor was pointing a knife at someone, threateningly. However, you can see in the sketch that he wasn't threatening Maya. So then, who was he pointing the knife at?
Oh, hold it!
Luke? What is it?
The professor would never point a knife at anyone.
He doesn't even own a knife.
The only thing that's sharp is his wit and his knowledge for puzzles.
And nothing else.
No. Aw, that's unfair. I was the one who opened the door to that room, so I was the first witness, and I saw no knife. Miss Primstone's testimony is not reliable. Oh, dear it me! Will you look at this child spluttering nonsense and talking badly of his elders?
Inquisitor Barnum,
Yes, my lord.
can I have a lozenge? My throat is killing me.
I love lozenge as a word. It's so good. It's just such a strange word. But it's, could I have a lozenge?
It is weird. I do love that that's the one word that gets you.
It's just funny. It's just, I'd like a lozenge, please. I'd like a lozenge. Sorry, Sarah. I'm not trying to set you off. I'm just saying the word because it amuses me. And sorry.
Oh God.
It should pose no difficulty to verify whether or not the victim had a knife. After all, that sparkling golden body of his has been found at the scene of the crime, has it not?
I thank you, Judge. My sparkling golden body is quite alluring,
My
is it not?
rippling golden abs.
Layton's rippling abs. Oh my
Hey, we
god.
don't know what's going on under there.
No,
He's
I
probably
suppose.
like ripped.
That's
as
it. I
hell.
mean, he's very modest with his orange sweater, but he might actually have he might actually be like Mr. Universe under there.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know.
Oh God, are they going to wheel him in?
Indeed it has, my lord. Court attendants! You heard the judge. Bring the victim into the courtroom.
Oh boy.
Seems like they're going to bring the golden statue.
Professor,
Nope. Well, in case there was any question as to whether it's the professor or not, there's his theme song. So, what?
Bloody hell, he's lost his arm!
The judge's face.
Bally goodness!
Bloody hell! Oh, look at that!
I also like. I've only really.
What arm? Huh? Whose arm? Who's lost an arm? I don't know anything about that.
Emeer just sweats profusely. I'm amused by the owl behind the judge there. That's like kind of, I don't know, got the nice body and then there's very square wings.
They've run out of gold.
Not very aerodynamic.
No.
Did it get damaged in transit?
Nick, you were there!
Professor! Professor!
Ow, my voice.
We should have some tea.
Yes. Oh, I can't now.
Well, yeah, in a sec.
So, this is the power of the gold transmutation spell. Most spectacular. It looks like the work of the finest artisans.
I can think of a few people who I'd like to turn to gold. I assure you, it is the work of no artisans, my lord. By the way, the missing arm has not yet been found.
Totally not around Emeer's
and he
neck.
stares straight at Emeer.
I've no idea. I've become independently wealthy. I have.
The storyteller must have bestowed me with great wealth and a surprising card game.
I did not. I did no such thing.
I definitely would never, ever bestow a mere punching bag with anything.
I don't. Well, she's dead now, but a rich aunt who left me her wealth. And this is how I got it all.
She left me her prized golden arm. I mean gold. Things.
A gold arm war. Gold arm war. That's it. It's a gold arm war. Had all the jewels in it. Yeah, I couldn't lay a finger on the value. I mean, you know.
Cost me an arm, but never mind.
Just an arm, actually. Anyway,
I assure you, it is the work of no artisans, my lord. By the way, the missing arm has not yet been found.
I can't believe this, Professor.
Well, I suppose we should add the victim to the evidence.
I mean, as you do.
Oh dear.
The poor professor who, while searching for evidence, became evidence.
Oh God.
There we
Golden
go.
Layton.
Golden Layton.
Golden Layton. It's the shiny wild Layton. Shiny Pokemon Layton. Oof, well, this is unfortunate. I thought the evidence was...
Your Honor, there's a traumatized young child in the room. Really?
Look, I've got to get some humor out of my life. The missus doesn't allow it.
It's just kill the witch, guilty, kill the witch, guilty, kill the witch.
Go home and get nagged at by the witch at home.
I wish I could kill that witch, yeah. But no, alas, she just behaves like one. She's not an actual witch.
Well, this is unfortunate. I thought the evidence would be as good as gold.
I love. See, you didn't see Sarah's face like contort as she tried to say that without cringing. It was really funny.
But although it technically is, we are still no closer to discerning whether or not the victim was holding a knife.
Oh, that's Maya.
Hold it! Let me speak, please!
Maya?
You're gonna get burnt!
The professor didn't have a knife! And also, there was there was another person in that room. The real witch was there too! Please, believe me!
Accused? Do I really need to warn you again? Inside the cage, you are to behave like a bird that has forgotten its song. Speak again, and you shall be punished. Or are you in a particular hurry to taste the flames of justice, little bird?
Don't refer to me as a turkey.
Objection! But it's true that someone else could have been at the crime scene. Look at the sketch. The victim was facing towards someone, and that person wasn't Maya.
Sir Blue Knight, your ignorance is no longer even a surprise.
Huh?
You do not know what transpired at the crime scene. You think this man was pointing at another person, you say?
Well, I'm pretty knowledgeable about pointing at people, so from personal experience, yes!
Let me tell you this. Nearly everyone in this court, other than you, knows what Sir Hat was pointing at.
What?
Well, honorable witnesses, is that not so?
I am here punching bag. The first. I always want to say I. I am here punch.
That's the thing, because Emeer punching bag, it's like, one, Emeer punching bag, one.
Yeah.
I am here punching bag the first. Love me some gossip and stories of the occult.
I am pretty sure it's like, because he keeps saying Emeer punching bag I like that, like it's the
It'll
first.
be
The first,
I think it
it's
has
just
to
the
be.
font.
It's giving
Yeah.
himself a title because he's a bit more
Yeah.
regal now, and it sounds fancy,
Yeah.
doesn't it? So.
Yeah.
It's like,
Elusive like mist, the magical beast, its chilling breath brings about death.
Wait, what?
What?
That didn't rhyme at all.
Wow. All right then.
Oh, dearie me. You could use some education, Blue Knight. I could offer you private tuition, but it will not come cheap.
Jesus. I don't need that kind of education, thanks, ma'am.
How
I'm a
rude.
happy man. I was gonna say
I'm a
happily
happily
man.
single man, and I
That's-
intend to keep it that way.
Yeah.
If the professor wasn't confronting Maya,
Witnesses, you will now testify. Tell us all about this other presence at the crime scene.
Emeer's about to pass out.
He's really getting.
I mean, he is drinking poison, so
I just love how absolutely red-faced he is.
he's like trolling, isn't
Like,
he?
it's just-
Oh no, haven't you, an alchemist? So, this case is no mystery.
same place, same magic trick. This time her luck ran out and she dropped that magic scepter.
I was really hoping she'd say magic stick, because then it would rhyme.
Magic steak.
The truth obscured by a twisted ruse. The witch couldn't vanish,
Vanish.
but did confuse.
You need some education as well.
Well, I may be a bard, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I had a particularly good upbringing.
It happened because the professor unraveled the mystery behind all these witches.
He solved everything, so they had to finish him off.
The same magic trick was used?
They are referring to an incident from 3 months ago. Much like this incident, a man lost his life to witchcraft in that very room.
It was the master of that residence, Sir Newton Belduke, the alchemist.
Oh, Brock
Oh.
Van Zeeks?
Sorry. He suffered death by strangulation. Finger marks were left on his neck.
Do you guys see finger marks on that
No.
sketch? Because I don't.
Well, I mean, not on the sketch, but I mean, it is a sketch.
This,
They may
this,
have
this was the intern sketch artist.
Sket archist.
Leave me alone.
Our
He-
ability to talk is vanishing.
He had locked himself in his study, and the key was still
Oh
in
my-
his pocket.
You mean a locked room mystery?
They do love themselves a good locked room mystery, these guys.
Yeah.
In other words, no one could have entered that room.
The perpetrator disappeared from a locked room. Just like in this case.
A large
The case before that, and I think 2 cases before that one.
A large amount of powdered medicine.
No. White
Sorry,
powder.
a large amount of white powder was spilt all over the floor.
He was synthesizing cocaine for the children, you see, to remedy their poor humors.
No, he was synthesizing white powder.
White powder?
Medicine?
Oh my god. Sir Belduke was an alchemist. He possessed various medicinal concoctions.
Due to the presence of that white powder, had anyone entered that room, clear footprints would have remained. Yet there were none.
That's a kind of mystery that the professor would have loved to solve.
Yeah, and Byakuya Togami, actually.
Yeah.
Certainly couldn't have spilled the white powder after the fact to throw people off the scent, surely.
Yeah.
Thus, there were two unnatural circumstances to Sir Belduke's death. The culprit's disappearance from a locked room, and the fact that they appeared not to have walked on the floor. It's almost as if they flew away.
Yeah.
In other words, it couldn't have been the Emeer magic that was used in my case the other day. Is the other one a levitation spell, then? Oh.
Seems like the killer levitated above the floor, strangled Belduke, and vanished into thin air.
Sarah turning into Nigel Thornberry over there.
Do you want to watch me do this with my hands? But what does that have to do with this trial?
It has been 3 months since that murder.
3 days.
Wait. Wait, did it say days?
No, I'm doing the joke.
Sorry. I was like, because the thing is I can't bring up like a dialogue history on this. So I thought, oh no, have I messed it up?
No, it's me taking
It's
the
the
mick out
previous-
of myself for saying instead of 10 years, it was 10 days, and he'd done so much in 10 days.
I mean, it was a pretty funny joke. It was pretty
exactly,
funny.
that's why I'm
I
gonna...
know, but I thought I'd messed up.
No,
so
sorry.
it's okay.
Despite that, we still haven't been able to find the witch responsible. Much
And
to
we've
my
gone out-
chagrin.
Sorry,
And
Taylor.
we've gone out into the street saying, "Hey, witch! Witch! Come on out, witch!" for at least 10 minutes. We've given up hope.
But now, having eluded us for so long, that witch has finally been brought before this court. We will have justice.
Oh, boy.
Well, what? Huh. You know, I wonder. I wonder.
Do you want to wonder that thing out loud, Taylor?
Yes. So, little butler child,
Yes.
Grey Earl, yeah.
Gray Earl. So we know that he's not very tall.
Uh-huh.
And we now have a suspicion that the person who did this was levitating, right? What if he used the classic 3 men in a trench coat trick to get into the movie theater as one person, except this time he dressed himself up as a witch, floated above the floor, and then used magic to vanish that way?
I mean, well, vanishing might be tricky because we don't have the Emeer spell in the Emeer spell hasn't been equipped on the spell slot on the staff.
Right.
But we,
like, I guess maybe the circle on the floor or something.
I don't know. I think it's interesting though, because with you suggesting it's sorry, what was this? The lad's name? Grey Earl. He did seem proper shifty, didn't he? Like when we spoke to him before we came in.
Yeah, well,
he like said hello and then he was like, "I'm being real weird for some reason," and then I'm gonna go bye.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's got to be someone that Belduke was close to. And obviously if he's been his sort of butler for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Maybe he would know there's a secret passage somewhere.
Maybe.
Or...
I just can't imagine what the motive would be, honestly, at the moment. Unless it's to like have the house and keep the house or something. But again, I don't really know. It just seems kind of a bit like, why? Why would he do it?
They probably got into a disagreement about the sale of the white powder.
Little kid.
Tensions can get high when you're dealing with white powder.
He was just there, like.
Let him cook.
Great, yeah. Oh, Sarah, I was gonna say, Grey
sorry.
was just there. It's just like, let him cook, and then Belduk's like, I don't want to do it anymore. You will do it. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
What? No way! Now he thinks Maya killed the alchemist too! We weren't even here back then. But it's not like I can explain that to him.
You've always been a baker. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I think, doesn't Patty say, are they under the impression they've been there for about like 5 years or something?
Yes.
It was.
yes.
I know it was a while.
Yeah.
Well then, why don't you interrogate the witnesses?
Defender, like it's kind of your job.
Now that you are aware of the connection between the two murders.
Objection! You can't be serious! 3 months ago, we weren't even...
Well, off we go. We're doing it then.
Defender, you may interrogate the witnesses. May their testimonies lead us to the truth.
It's like.
Well, just this for a start. He can't even stand up straight.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to press him. 'Cause I need to know what he wants to say.
Hold it! You're talking about Mr. Belduk's murder, which took place in a locked room?
Could say it was a locked room mystery, right?
Yeah, real shocker, all right. Was talking about it.
Sorry, what?
People don't say this out loud, but you know, eh? You're all thinking it too, eh?
I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
I ain't clear as day. He was an alchemist. An alchemist, yeah, he'd clap his hands together and he'd make rock come out of the ground and... Oh, wait, that's a different thing. Alchemy's just like magic, ain't it?
Wow. Wow.
Oh, right!
Wow.
And that's the other thing. Grey Earl, they're like, only a woman can be a witch. But then if Grey Earl disguised himself as a witch and used the magic, then he has another layer of protection.
Yeah. Yep.
Sir Belduke was a man. Only a woman can be a witch. What's more, witchcraft has nothing to do with alchemy. They're different, somehow.
I love the somehow at the end there. It's like he's just standing. He's like, wait a minute. He's actually he's having like an epiphany of like, wait a minute.
Alchemy is the mysterious art of manipulating the forces of nature. Or so
And-
it...
Sounds, yep.
And witchcraft is the evil art of manipulating the forces of nature.
Or so it is said.
Well, that sounds a lot like magic to me. Alchemy's incomprehensible to regular people. So magic, really.
I mean, he's not entirely wrong.
No.
And you know, a couple of days before Witch got him, there was that lightning that struck.
Lightning?
Oh, you know it's important. It's in red text.
That you're asking, because I like telling that one.
Do you like to hear the sound of your own voice?
He does.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like a bolt from the blue sky, it was this bolt from the sky. Only it wasn't blue. The sky lit up and turned blood red. And then, out of nowhere, an old-looking bell tower appeared in a burst of flames. I thought it was the drink, I did, but then some other people started commenting on it. Makes you realise Mother Nature's pretty powerful stuff, eh?
You have strayed off the topic at hand, witness. This is a courthouse, not an inn. Save your thrilling stories for later.
Oh, well, thank you. I find it thrilling myself.
Will you please shut up?
Hold it! Would you care to elaborate on that, Ms. Primstone?
Who could say I am a scholar, and my knowledge is vast and diverse. I know a thing or two about witchcraft.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Careful.
Don't say that too loudly, or
Careful.
you'll be getting accused next.
Therefore, I have a very good idea of the type of magic that must have been used this time.
The magic behind this mysterious figure that appeared out of nowhere, glided through the air, and vanished after making the kill?
Well, then you put it like that.
Yeah, okay. See, it's funny, actually. I guess maybe it's a good job that the professor was turned to gold and that he didn't suddenly go, oh, yes, I was studying some of the magic things from the library. Because then they're all going to be like, oh, he's a witch.
Well, no, he's
he's
a
man.
man. He's a man,
so
Pete. He can't be a witch.
But he's been studying, so he's got to be a witch. Well, he's an alchemist. And they're practically witches.
What if a guy just grabs the Talia Magica and says Goldor and someone turns to gold? It's like, well, I mean, damn, you got us. We can't, you're a man. You can't be a witch.
Yeah.
Must be an automatic.
Free to go.
It's got to be an automatic scepter.
Automatic set.
You know, you press the button, it does it itself, I guess.
Indeed, yes. And the witch's scepter confirms my theory.
Her smug face.
What are you laughing at?
Just the voice is really good and her really smug face. Just like,
Yeah, she's proper got like she's sucked on a lemon.
Oh, yes, indeed.
A brilliant deduction. I am honored to have studied under your... What am I saying? Let me start again.
Yes, what are you saying?
I am honored to have messed up my line in front of my teacher.
Yes, I too feel better than this, Christopher Bardem.
I, too, feel bad for you and your terrible voice actor.
A brilliant deduction. I am honored to have studied under an excellent teacher such as yourself, Miss Primstone.
Yes, the cane did you no harm, did it?
If anything, it strengthened my resolve. My great Ace Attorney resolve, too.
Go check it out.
She was his teacher? Actually, I guess that kind of explains a lot.
Our occult crime analysts
Wow. Okay.
have arrived at the same conclusion.
Mr. Wright, I found it. The page about the purple magic gem.
let's see, is it levitation?
The spell's called Familia.
Familia? Because I'm thinking, is it like familiar?
Familiar? It could be familiar.
Well, we'll see. I guess we'll see if it's a pun. Familia?
Familia? What does it do?
Fortunately,
How did you get that?
I've memorized the Grand Grimoire,
it is
but
familiar.
I'm not a witch, just so you know, or an alchemist. The spell Familia, bound within this purple gem, is used to summon a familiar.
Familiars appear out of nowhere, glide through the air, and vanish when their task is accomplished.
I'm so glad that everyone is up on what the heck all of this magic does, while also not being witches.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a Dementor.
Oh, wow. It's kicking him back to Azkaban.
They are evil, bloodthirsty spirits used by witches to perform outrageous crimes.
Interesting. I'll have to file this one in the back of my mind because there are some things about this game that I vaguely recall from when I played it through when it first came out.
I'm glad you do.
There's not many. I like. Unfortunately, I remember the twist. Nobody say anything because Taylor and Sarah don't know, and I just
I do, but
Oh, you remember? But anyway,
I do remember, but I don't like everything leading up to this. I'm like,
But this spell might answer one of the sort of lingering plot holes that I thought were left. But we'll see.
Okay.
They are evil.
Evil spirits?
Spirits!
Spirits! Are you saying that the witch used a familiar to...
I'm a charging my dab.
It was a familiar that took Sir Belduke's life, and now it has appeared again. Sir Silk Hat, not Top Hat, was probably trying to ward off the evil spirit with his knife. But what good is a knife against an occult creature. It completed the task given to it by the witch and promptly vanished. Thus bringing us to the conclusion that... Oh, that was a long pause. Sir Belduke and Sir Silk Hat, not Top Hat. Sir Silk Hat were both killed by the same witch.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
What? Unexpected turn of events. 2 incidents have been shown to be connected.
Yeah, because that'd be heckin' convenient for you, wouldn't it, Barnum? So that you could be like, oh, yes, actually, we did catch the witch, finally, and now my record has gone unsullied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to the same witch's scepter having been used in both cases.
Okay. Familiar. Summons forth a magical familiar from the shadows. Although it possesses a physical form, it is completely weightless, which is a fact that I'm sure will not come up at all.
No, couldn't. Oh, this is terrible. Almayer is accused of 2 murders.
Oh, dearie me. I was right, as always. This gruesome murder will be in the next exam. Make sure to take notes. Now I shall divulge what really happened.
We are all ears, Miss Primstone.
Suck up.
I didn't quite catch that.
I coughed. That hat maker was pointing the knife at the witch's familiar.
So wait, hang on. So was that a news?
That's a new statement.
Sorry, I thought so. I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm being dumb for a
Hold
second.
it! Did you actually see the familiar?
Sorry. It's a mouthful of tea.
It's okay.
Oh, did it me? No, I did not. When that boy opened the door, the familiar had just disappeared, conveniently. Had the boy opened the door sooner, no doubt we would have all seen it.
Although, actually, I do seem to recall some sort of hideous beast rising up from the basement moments later.
Hey! Yeah, that's pretty much how I'd describe Nick, all right.
Hey!
If he were my student, I would have made sure to teach him not to dilly-dally.
Okay.
Luke's not happy.
She's talking about Luke, huh? And when you entered the room, you saw the victim pointing at something?
Pointing a knife, no less. A knife! As I told you before, it was a sharp, glittering knife. The poor man thought a knife would work on a familiar. Had he attended my classes, he would have known better.
In any case, there's no proof that the victim actually had a knife. It's certain now that the professor and Maya weren't facing each other.
Next witness, you may, sing us your testimony.
Does he have to?
Nope. Bye. Let's find out what Luke has to say. Do. This next one. If he were my student, I would have made sure to teach him not to dilly-dally.
Hang on! Is everything all right, Luke? You seem to be deep in thought about something.
No, it's not all right at all.
The noise.
Yeah.
Is there something in Ms. Primstone's testimony that you'd like to comment on?
That's what I keep telling you. The professor wouldn't point a knife at anyone. Dearie me. What an impertinent child. I'm telling you, I saw a knife. I distinctly saw the glint of a sharp blade.
Objection! At any rate, as we can see now, the victim's arm is missing. As such, there is no proof that he had a knife.
Objection! That is but a mere detail. It matters not.
What?
A mere detail?
Oh, that's my brother.
You're here, my name. Hello. What? Who invokes the name of the great Emeer Punching Bag the First?
Shut up, you drunken lout!
This is I'll rout you.
A mere detail matters
There
not.
it is again.
Oh, my. Well, anyhow, I wonder, where could that missing arm be?
And then the camera pans to Emeer. He's like, I have no idea.
Yeah, that ought
Oh,
to
is
be
this
locked
him?
Yeah, that ought to be locked into.
No.
See, I do want to
Fine.
cycle through it, but I'm also kind of like, we're going to have to cycle through 2 lots. So I may just go over to Emeer. Should we just do it?
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's do it.
Hang on! Mister, do you have something you'd like to share with us? Mr. Emeer!
It's Mr. Emeer Punching Bag the First to you, Bluey. Likes of you ought to show some respect to a future man of wealth such as me.
You seem to be looking ahead to a future full of newly gained riches.
I can look wherever I bleeding please. That's why I'm looking upwards towards that girl above my head. Anyway, why are you looking at me like that? I don't know about that girl with the bloke's right arm.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright.
What is it, Espella?
I may be wrong, but there's something about that man. Wouldn't you say he looks, suspicious?
No, not at all. I don't get that like one bit.
Espella, you've really got to learn to trust people.
After what my father
not
did,
just
I
you.
don't trust anyone.
It's not just you. Everything about him is so shady, it makes me want to double-check my pockets. Mr. Emeer, stop pretending you don't know anything about the victim's missing arm.
Pretending? I told you, I'm nothing, nada, zero, nil. I ain't seen it, or heard about it, or put it in me pocket.
Put it in your pocket?
What is me, honest? Seriously, I've got nothing to do with it.
Oh,
Which one
Objection!
was that one? Oh, no. Oh, it's that guy.
Emeer! You lying, cheating, good for nothing! You've tried to deceive me! Objection!
Order! Order! Who is that person?
Price, sir!
Just another model that we're going to get the most out of. Goodness.
You want to know who I am? I'm Price the pawnbroker.
Duh.
And this man is a shameless, cheating bum! He had the nerve to lie to me! He said this arm was made of gold, but it's just turned back into flesh and sludge!
And now I want to be sick. What you can't see through the screen, those of you watching this playthrough, people, is the smell. You don't get the sense of the smell. Putrid.
What did he lie to you about?
I'll tell you, on the day of the crime, Emeer came to my shop. He waltzed up to me and saying he'd got his hands on a superb work of art, rare as gold dust.
I think I know where this is going.
That work of art. Could it be?
I've got it right here.
Oh, would you look at that?
What? Oh dear.
Just like I thought.
That's...
Oh, aye.
Professor? It's the professor's arm!
It's actually a little bit shorter than his arm, I think. It looks more like his forearm. Where's the middle bit?
Yeah.
He just has T-Rex arms. We stick it back on. He's like, well, look, this is a bit of a pickle that I've put myself in, isn't it?
It's pure gold, exquisitely crafted. It was entitled, Towards Tomorrow, or something like that. I'd never seen a piece of gold so fine before. And so, suspecting nothing, I paid that rascal a rather handsome sum.
Who would have thought? Oh.
And what am I hearing now? That it was a human arm, no less. You, sir, are a monster. You're as bad as a witch's familiar yourself.
Oof.
I didn't know it was his arm, I swear.
Really? The
I
shape is giving
thought
away?
it was already like that.
It's a prosthetic arm.
I thought he had extra, you know, like that one bloke, Dr. What's his name? I figured he'd just make another one.
I think you mean Zaphod Beeblebrox.
Brox, yeah.
What do you mean?
I was last in the scene and it caught me right away. Oh, that's a pretty finger, isn't it? Oh, my, that'll buy me some company for the next week or two.
Oh, just the next week.
Golden arm pointing up at the ceiling with such optimism and authority.
I just like this how big his eyes are.
Yeah.
in this little picture.
I thought, it looks like it's showing me the way to a better, brighter, richer tomorrow. To me, it was a work of art, a precious one at that.
And then it's found its way into your pocket and you pawned it.
You mounted it on a crude stand, gave it a tawdry title, and passed it off as some kind of a sculpture?
No.
Well, when you line it up all like that, it does sound a little bit rascally, but...
Don't try and look away from the truth now!
Do it! I can look wherever I darn please! I'll look away from the facts and towards the future. Always look on the bright side of life.
Did-do. Did-do. Did-do.
Did-do,
Did-do.
did-do, did-do.
That's Emeer Punch and Bug's motto.
Let's do that.
The first.
I can't whistle. Let's do it though, because I can't whistle. Oh!
Oh,
How
dear.
did it? Okay.
They've reattached it. Super glue.
That's super glue.
They
You can't even see where it broke. That's some skill.
pretty impressive.
Where were we now? Ah, yes. The victim's arm has now been successfully reattached by one of our masterful craftsmen.
There you go, guys. If we'd just advanced the text, then we'd know exactly why you can't even see the seam.
Boy, if I had an inanimate object, or a nickel for every inanimate object that I've had on the court stand with me that I've talked to like it was a real person, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it's happened twice. I guess not me, but Sticky, and now Professor Layton. You're gonna help me, right, Professor Layton? That's right! You and I are in this together, buddy!
Just put some googly eyes on him.
Layton.
Oh, Professor, it's so nice of you to compliment me on how smart I am and how good a lawyer I am. I knew you and I would be the best buds.
Wow, Nick. Real great, pal. I'm just hanging out over here, about to go to the flames. So there you go, making friends with inanimate objects again. Well, Maya, at least I've got 3 nickels to my name now because, well, you're as good as an inanimate object.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That is me.
Poor Maya. I like Maya.
No, I'm not being. I'm not
This is
being
so
mean to
mean.
Maya. It's just the kind of the silly
All
like.
the Maya hate.
Yes.
No, I don't hate her. It's all that it's like the canon thing that we do where they just
I know.
like
Yes,
hate each other.
absolutely.
Oh, no, I know that. I know that.
I mean, at least this one's valuable.
Wow.
So toxic.
Whoa. Okay. Next time you need a spirit to be summoned, you know.
Maya,
Never.
stop talking about the
Invoke-
spirits being Maya, shut it!
Invoke some of your witch friends.
Knights of the court, you may resume the Inquisition.
The Spanish Inquisition?
I knew it.
Do you know, it was on the tip of my tongue to say it. I'm like, no, I won't. But then Taylor did it for me.
No, if there's one thing you can count on, it's Taylor to...
No, if there's one thing you can count on, it's that nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. I guess, except you do expect it.
Well, we do expect it now. Yeah, I mean, I expected it when Sarah said Inquisition, and it arrived.
At least one thing's clear now. Professor Layton is really sparkly
He
like
is
this.
very sparkly.
Ding, 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 ding. As everyone can see, the victim wasn't holding a knife.
I mean, yeah, I guess, is that the thing? Did she see him, while he's in his gold form, and she saw his, his finger, his sparkling finger, and assumed that it was a knife because it was.
You've got to open at least 20 capsules in order to get the very rare golden Layton.
Oh, dearie me. It seems I may have been mistaken after all. Oh, when you think about it, the victim had already been turned to gold when we entered the room.
See, if we'd advanced the text.
According to the witnesses' testimonies, that was the case, yes.
Well then, I'm sure you'll concede that it was easy to mistake that glittering pointing finger for a knife.
Indeed. The victim's finger has a glint to it, resembling that of a sword's edge. I say,
what?
As being someone who actually has a sword and can definitely say that they're very similar, even though they're blatantly not.
Such a sense of power and intensity. It's enough to send a shiver down the spine of anyone being pointed at.
And Nick's just like there with his impotent pointy finger. It's like, why won't anyone say that about me?
Aww.
No puzzle is a match for the power of the professor's pointing finger.
Oh my goodness, even the boy possesses such authority with his pointy finger.
Well, I am the professor's apprentice.
Good God,
I've
man.
learnt from the best.
I guess no one remembers I'm known for pointing like that, too.
Again, if we advance the text.
Poor Nick. Now you know how it feels, Nick, to be rejected.
bullied.
Yeah. I think your pointing finger makes quite an impression too, Mr. Wright.
Thank you, Isabella. She's just taking pity on me.
Is that all you had to say, Sir Blue Knight?
Is
that all he had to say?
We'll have to find out next time.
Sorry, folks.
Sorry, it
It's
is that
the end.
time again.
It's the end of the line.
Thank you very much. Sounds threatening. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching. If you do like what we do, then please consider giving us a like, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of our video uploads every Wednesday and Saturday. And of course, in the meantime, feel free to check out our other stuff if you wish as well. We've got a few bits and bobs up there now.
Yeah. And with that, let's get the heck out of here.
See you later, guys.
And if you find a golden forearm lying on the ground, you remember the first and most important rule. Finders keepers. The rest will come to me.